Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a student leader on campus? Well, I'm here to tell you it's not all as good or bad as you may think. What's up, YouTube? My name is Noah, aka A Dose of Dawn, and I'm back with another video. Today, I'm here to tell you all about the pros and the cons of being a student leader. Now, a quick disclaimer before we get started, these are my personal opinions. This is based off my experience. This is not towards anyone else's experience or life. I can only speak off of my perspective and what I've been through throughout my 3 years of being a leader. So I'm a junior at the South Carolina State University, and over the past 3 years, I've been heavily involved in certain things like the Student Government Association, Manners, serving as the president, College of Business Student Council, and SGA, serving as their president and vice president, Family and Consumer Sciences Student Unit. I've been the Misters over Truth Hall, Earl Hall, a social media chair for the National Black MBA Association, Equifax Scholar, 1890. I've been on the Dean's List since my first year here. I have a lot of involvement on my campus because honestly, I love being a student leader. To be involved, you really have to have a purpose. You have to have a why. If you don't know why you're doing something, you're just pretty much doing it to do it. When you have a purpose behind something that you're doing, it adds meaning to anything that you do in life. Now, before college, I was not as involved. I'm a class of 2023 graduate, so we had 2 or 3 months before COVID, and then after that, we were out of school. So I was not involved in school as much as I would have liked to been up until my senior year when I ran track. Other than that, I didn't really have any strong leadership roles within my high school. When I came to college, I realized I wanted to do something with my time. I wanted to become a businessman. I wanted to be something bigger than myself. So I decided to get involved with activities on campus, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Certain things that I've done around campus would be overseeing events, showing up and making sure things are presented correctly, setting up tables, getting the people out there, posting up flyers. Like, being a student leader, so much more than just having a title. It's actually getting out in the field and doing something, making people feel like they should be involved, not want to be involved, but feel like they should. Now, this video isn't just limited to just campus leadership. Whoever you are and you seeing this, you can take this and apply this to your current role that you have in life. I'm going to break down the real perks, the real challenges, and things that you should just know just in case you're interested in being involved on your campus. I'll first share my personal experiences, but also the bigger picture of what leadership is supposed to be. So in no particular order, we're going to go ahead and start with my list of pros. At number 1, we have networking. Some of you may know your network is your net worth. As a student leader, networking is going to be automatic. You're going to be able to network with students, staff, faculty, professors, professionals, all across your campus just because that you're a leader. You're going to be invited in different rooms, and doors just may open just because of your position, but it's about how you show up. As long as people know your name, and once they hear your name, they know that you're going to show up, that you're able to get out there in the field, your work ethic, know that you're dependable. Honestly, you cannot go wrong with that. Whether you're involved or not, your name and the things that you do follow you your entire college years. No matter if you're a senior now and you were a freshman, something that you have done or said is probably still in somebody's mind just because your reputation is really a big part of you. Making sure when people hear your name, people don't automatically think of you in like a negative light. That is very, very, very important because you network regardless whether you're involved or as a regular student. Number 2 is developing soft skills. Soft skills are attributes or behaviors that enable you to interact with others effectively. Your creativity, your time management, your leadership skills, your teamwork, your collaboration, anything like that, those are soft skills. Those are things that's gonna help you move effectively with others. Those are things that's gonna help you interact with people more effectively, get the job done more effectively. You build those things over time with the more practice and experience that you get, the more your soft skills and everything develop. You develop those within those leadership roles. As a leader, you're not going to have all the answers. You're not going to have everything just given to you. You're going to have to figure it out yourself. In doing so, once you figure certain things out yourself, you're developing skills. You're developing a certain type of repertoire that's going to allow you to think on your own and do for yourself. For example, knowing how to adapt. Adaptability is something that you're going to have to know in or outside of a leadership role, coming to college is a change. Coming to a leadership role is a big difference from being a regular student or not involved on campus. You're going to have to adapt. You're going to have to change with your environment. You're not going to be able to stay the same because you're going to have to adjust to the things that's happening around you. It's college. We're here, we're away from our parents. We don't have them taking care of us as much as we used to. They're not cooking meals for us and bringing it to our rooms, or we're not going to the kitchen. You may not even have a kitchen in your dorm. So things like that, you're going to have to adjust to whether you're a leader or not. So the third pro of being a student leader is networking with alumni, students, faculty, staff, and other professionals that went to your university. This has something to do with networking a little bit, but just a tad bit different. I've gained a lot of opportunities and I've gotten a lot of stuff from going to my school. Being a South Carolina State University student and staying in Orangeburg, there's a lot of alumni that are still around, that's still working in these corporations that have their own businesses that are looking to pour into us as students. I initiated a Pie of President event in the plaza one day, and I went to Walgreens. The checkout clerks at the register was an alumni of my university, and he was able to provide me whipped cream that we needed to pie the people that was participating. It was something that definitely helped me out in that moment. That was a blessing in disguise. So being able to connect with him to do something for my organizations on campus, it was like a win-win situation. My freshman year, I used to be an accounting major. My accounting professor had a mentee that worked on campus. He called him up one day asking him if he had anybody that was within his class that knew and was good at accounting. He gave the opportunity to me, and I still currently have that job at 1890 Research and Extension as the finance intern. One time I was in a cafeteria and I got invited to make a video, like a midterm check-in, and one of the CAF workers came up to me asking me, "Hey, is this you on the video?" Like, yes, that's me. Being able to connect with fellow students, alumni, and give back to your community is something that's definitely going to follow you. This goes into my fourth pro, being known for the right reasons. Showing up and being authentic to yourself, being authentic to those around you, be authentic to the students that you're serving, and being dependable is definitely something that's going to set you apart from the rest. Having that good reputation, having people think about you and be like, "Hey, so-and-so could do this. Noah can do this. Noah's fit for this. Noah has experience for this." That means the world to me due to the fact that I didn't always have that. I didn't always have that experience. I didn't always have people that could vouch for me. But the fact that I showed up, I presented myself in a way that invited me back to these rooms. My image and the way I carried myself allowed me to gain opportunities that a lot of people could have gotten before me. But I set myself apart due to how I reacted and acted in certain situations. If nobody can depend on you, what's your purpose? If someone hits you up and you don't show up, do you think you're going to get a call back? If you can't do something, just tell somebody you can't do it. You know, it's nothing wrong with saying that you can't do it or respectfully declining something. I've had my fair shares of signing up for something and something else came up and I took advantage of the opportunity that was presented to me, but it felt bad. On the other hand, when you do things last minute like that, the opportunity could have gone to someone else. Making sure that you're dependable, making sure you're there, something that's always going to set you apart as a student leader. This goes right into my fifth pro of being accountable. Accountability is taking responsibility of your actions, certain things that you've done, whether it was good or bad, holding yourself accountable to the actions that you decide to make. A lot of people struggle with this because people don't like to be wrong all the time. People don't like to say, "Hey, I got this wrong this one time." But me, I don't mind being accountable. I don't mind, hold me accountable. Receiving that constructive criticism is going to do a lot for you. When you receive constructive criticism, you're able to go back, think on it, work on it, and then come back and be bigger and better than you were before. Definitely comes with being a student leader. And I believe it's a pro because if you're trusted and you're accountable for your actions and certain things that you do, people are going to look at you like, "Hey, they're trustworthy. They can do this. They can do that." Accountability comes with life. If you don't hold yourself accountable, life gonna hold you accountable. Life will humble you. Goes around, come around. Whatever you pour out will pour back into you. Whatever you give, you will receive. Being accountable is something that's gonna be involved with any aspect of your life, but especially here in college with certain things that you do, you just have to be accountable. You can't be mad when somebody tells you certain things about yourself. Constructive criticism is going to come. Somebody is always gonna have something to say about you, positively or negatively. Learn how to take things with a grain of salt. If that's something that you want to work on or something that you've already had a problem with within yourself, work on it. But you don't have to let nobody know, hey, you made me feel this way. You made me feel that way. Honestly, just don't say nothing at all. In your heart of hearts, you're gonna know, hey, I should go back and do something to myself. I should go back and reevaluate. I should go back and think of how I'm gonna get better or do better in a situation. You may or may not find yourself, or somebody close to you may or may not find themselves in the same position that you were. So just always being able to learn a lesson and give good advice to somebody who may need it in the future is very, very, very important. My sixth pro of being a student leader is traveling. Ever since my freshman year, I've actually been traveling. I've been to Charlotte, North Carolina for a conference as an accounting major, Greenville, South Carolina for a conference within my major. Earlier this year, I've been to Memphis, Tennessee for Manners 39. I do have the travel vlog for that on my channel. I've been to Raleigh, North Carolina recently for a Harvest Ball conference. I've been to Washington, D.C. for the Thurgood Marshall Leadership Institute, to Illinois for the John Deere Manners Day. All expense paid for, didn't have to come out of pocket. It helps you network. It helps you build that professionalism, especially if other students is on those conferences with you. It helps you network with different students from all across the country, connect with different professionals, different people that may have gone to your school before. I've met many people on conferences that know all about South Carolina State. So not only do you get the professional development and have to join the sessions, the early days, sometimes your conference may go to 8 to 8, and you'll just have to be okay with that. You're going to have to know how to conduct yourself for 12 straight hours, but they're gonna feed you. They're gonna feed you. They're gonna give you break time. They're gonna definitely give you time to rest. Just having to be up for that long amount of time is definitely gonna come very, very, very unfamiliar to a lot of people who's not ready for that type of energy, but it's rewarding in the end. And I promise, after you're home, probably the next day, you're going to be looking back on your camera roll like, oh, I miss it there. Traveling is honestly really, really, really amazing and rewarding when you can actually take something from it. My last and final pro of being a student leader is being more involved than just academia, going to class and the regular student life, but actually making a difference, being a voice for a lot of students. A lot of students don't have their voice. So you being in a leadership position, you're helping someone. You're helping someone build confidence in themselves. You're helping somebody develop leadership skills, soft skills within themselves. And honestly, you leave an impact. I know as the president and vice president is definitely going to leave an impact when I leave, because a lot of people are going to say, hey, president did that. VP, he did that. So I'm able to do it as well. And that's all I want. You begin to build your professional portfolio while you're in college as well. When you hold these leadership positions and you're the president, the vice president, the secretary, the treasurer, whatever the organization may be or the position may be, you begin to build that professional portfolio for when you get that Fortune 500 job, when you become the CEO for a company, because you already have those leadership skills and capabilities. And working these roles as executive board committees or council committees, however it is, they're going to love that, because you didn't just stay on campus 24 hours out the day, went to class, went to eat, and went back to your dorm. You actually got yourself out there and made a difference on your campus. So it allows you to have that prior experience before you really go out there in the real world and put yourself out there in someone's company. Overall, with all my pros, it's gonna take a couple of ups and downs for you to get to where you need to be. But I promise, with practice, with a team, with people around you, you're going to make it. You just have to be willing to adapt. Just be willing to change with your environment and the people that surround you. And please, please, please take constructive criticism. I'm not where I'm at without having someone telling me, Noah, you can't do this. You should think of this differently. You shouldn't be telling me what to do. I think of how I want to think. That's not going to take you nowhere. You can't be in nobody's company doing all that. Take everything with a grain of salt and take everything as a learning, living lesson. Next up, we're going to get into the cons of being a student leader. The first con of being a student leader is butt kissing. A lot of people on my campus find themselves kissing the next person butts, whether there's a student, faculty, professor, or whoever. Honestly, kissed a little butt back in the day too. I can't even lie, because I thought that that was something that was gonna help me make it. For the time being, it may have worked, but where I'm at now, I'm here purely off of God and purely off of me. Can't nobody else do what I do, and I can't do what nobody else do. I'm gonna give it to you real. I cannot sit here and be okay with something that I'm not okay with. I can't even allow myself to use somebody. Honestly, it's more rewarding when you do it yourself. People are definitely seasonal. People will definitely help you get to where you need to be, but you don't have to keep them around for you to make it in college or make it in life in general. Don't kiss nobody, but don't make excuses for certain people. Then when it comes to others, you don't make those same excuses for them. A lot of people may call this working smarter and not harder, but if your foundation is not built off of your own strength, your own experiences, when you go out into the real world and you try to use your knowledge that you have, you're only going to think of what the next person did for you. You're not going to think about anything that you done while you were in your position. It's not really good to sit and wait for the next person to do it or go to other people to do something for you all the time. They're not always going to be around. It's okay to have friends. It's okay to be cool with your professors, faculty, and staff, but it's definitely limits to how cool you should be with them. You have to realize they are professionals. They've been through what you've been through. You are a student. You're here to learn. If you're learning how to be them, you're doing it wrong. My second con of being a student leader is people. I could talk about people for days. Honestly, miscommunications help you in the long run because you get to learn boundaries. You get to learn how much certain people may take. When miscommunications happen, it's not good because you have to take time out of your day to go back and resolve the situation. And sometimes certain people want to mishear you. Some people want to misunderstand you. A lot of people want to make it very, very, very difficult for you to succeed in certain situations. It's really hard to, deal with people with being a student leader because not everybody thinks the way that you think. Have you ever had somebody say they feel like they're better than you or they work harder than you or something like that? It's really hard to be around those kind of people because we're not better than nobody. I've had the mindset, high ego, high everything, but I had to be humbled. I had to go through real life humbling experiences to where I had to understand that what happened to her can happen to me. What happened to him can happen to me. What happened to me could happen to anybody. Certain people have that God complex in their head, and that's not really cool, especially when it comes to working with these people or attending school in classes with these people. You're going to have to deal with some people that you would have never thought existed, never thought that they think this certain way, never thought that somebody could even move how they be moving. It's real. You have to learn how to adjust. I know I say adjusting, but you're going to have to learn how to adjust. You're going to have to learn how to take people where they are and keep people where they're at. It's not your job to change people. It's not your job to fix people. It's not your job to do nothing for nobody else. It's your job to learn people for who they are and move accordingly. Another thing that goes into people is people misunderstanding your purpose. A lot of people don't know why I'm involved. A lot of people don't know why I go as hard as I go, but it's not for you to understand. It's for me to understand. If you want to understand, you could definitely come to me at any time and ask me like, what's your why? But some people, even when you tell them your why, they're going to still misunderstand you because they're stuck on the position. They're stuck on a role. They're not stuck on what you're actually here to accomplish or what you're actually here to do. They're just stuck plainly on you, what you got, what they don't have. Jealousy is a real thing, especially when it comes to people that you really don't know. People will just be envious and jealous just because you have opportunities that they have, but you do it better. There's a lot of people on my campus that I clap for all the time, but they don't clap for me in return due to, I guess, how hard I have to work. But certain things for them, they get handed because of the butt kissing. It is what it is. It builds character. And at the end of the day, I have experience. I can go back to certain things that I've done, I've initiated. A lot of people can't say or do that. So a lot of people want to miscommunicate your purpose. It's not your job to break down why you're here, what you're here to do. The con that has a little something to do with people, again, is just having to work twice as hard as others. Other people, due to the butt kissing, due to who they know, due to who they've been around, get handed opportunities. I have to work so hard, guys, and I hope I don't sound like I'm complaining because it's definitely real rewarding on the back end. As a student leader, the work is going to speak for itself. You don't have to do much. If you show up every single day and you're consistent and you're dependable, just like that lady in the cab, they're gonna see you on their phone, and then when they see you in person, they're gonna be like, oh, that's who that is. And I see that's why that's who that is. It's not gonna be something that you have to explain to certain people. I don't mind working twice as hard, because honestly, that's gonna just be twice more experience that I have compared to other people, because it's never a competition. I don't want to compete with nobody. I don't want what you have. You shouldn't want what I have. We should be wanting more for each other. Honestly, you're just gonna miss out on your opportunity to do something great for the people that you need to serve. Worry about what the next leader is doing. Worry about your experience, worry about your why, worry about your purpose, and worry about how you're affecting others. My next con of being a student leader is distractions. Distractions come in all shapes, forms, sizes, ways. You're easily able to be distracted in college. I've showed a lot of my friends my blackboard. A lot of people will tell you it was red, it was orange, it was purple at one time. There are so much moving parts. There are so much things happening around you. There be parties at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There's parties up until 10, 11, 12 a.m. right outside your dorms. There are so much things that could throw you off. It's really easy to get drowned in your surroundings. And as somebody who wants better for yourself, you literally have to put your big boy, big girl pants on and say, hey, I'm not going to allow myself to be distracted. I'm not going to allow myself to fall short. I have a goal. I have somewhere where I want to be. I have something I want to accomplish. And you literally have to prioritize everything. You need to put yourself first. You need to put your academics first. You need to put your spirit first. You need to put your emotions first. You need to put everything that involves with you, your whole entire character and being first. If you prioritize going out partying, indulging and doing other things, guess what? That's going to be your life. If you're an athlete on campus and you prioritize your sports and being the best and the fastest track runner, best defensive lineman, that's going to be your focus. But you cannot lose sight of what you're here to do in college. You're here to get a degree. You're here to get a degree. You cannot waste your time focusing on any and everything else and not giving your academics the same attention or even better. I fell short at the beginning of the year. I wasn't all the way there. I didn't have housing. I had so much going on around me, but I had a chance to get it right, and I got it right. And I can really say that I'm really, really proud of myself for pulling it together. On top of your leadership, your academics, social life, it's a lot going on. It's a lot that happens, and you will be easily distracted. And you have to have discipline. You have to have determination. You just got to want it more than anything in the world. Anything that you put your mind to, you can do it. The final con of being a student leader, I would say, is leeches. People will leech onto you. People will try to hold on tight to you, suck you dry, and take everything that they can get from you and just leave you where you at. Don't let people do that. Don't let people drain you of your energy, your time, your being, your purpose, because people will try to swap lives with you. People will try to destiny swap with you. People will literally try to take your life, take your friends, take your style, take your materials, take whatever. They would literally try to take everything that you have and make it their own. You're smarter than that, okay? You are way smarter than that. Don't let nobody take nothing from you that doesn't belong to them. They're gonna find out sooner or rather or later that they have their own path. They need to be themselves, and they need to stop trying to be you. People will leech onto you though. Honestly, I'm really starting to think if it wasn't for people, I would probably have no cons. At the end of the day, you need somebody to learn from. We can't just learn from ourselves. We have to learn from people. Just stay away from people. just please stay away from people. All in all, things that distract you, things that throw you off your game, things that does not have you determined to accomplish your goal while being a student leader, that does not allow you to make it to your meetings, things that kill your creativity, you need to let go of. Take responsibility. Be accountable for your actions, for the things that you do, and stop trying to blame everybody else for something that you could have changed. If I wouldn't have got my grades back together, I could have easily said, so-and-so made me fail. So-and-so made me do this. So-and-so, but I didn't want to make a difference. I didn't want to change. I didn't want to get away from those certain particular people or change my habits or change my ways to get better. You have to stop blaming other people. So although people are a big con when it comes to being a student leader and they will distract you, you have to want and choose better for yourself. I really hope that you guys have learned something and took something from this experience. If you guys have any more tips or any helpful advice to give to anyone that's about to start college, that wants to get involved, that's looking to build more professionalism, please comment them down below and just be yourself. You're going to find your audience. You're going to find those people who want you around for you, not around because you kissed their butt, not around because you are smart and you can help them with their work, not around because you can finish a bottle in 2 hours or less, around because you are you and y'all can provide something to each other. Any relationship on campus should definitely be a two-way street. It shouldn't be a, what can this person do for me? Or what am I doing for this person? It should be a, what are we doing for each other? How are we helping each other? Because you're going to need somebody. Yeah, a lot of people think they can do college by themselves. A lot of attacks that you're going to go through. Please don't think that things are limited just because you feel like you're untouchable, or just because you feel like you that girl, you that boy. You're gonna have a rude awakening. If y'all have any more helpful tips or advice, please comment them down below. Let me know how y'all like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Follow me on all my social medias. And without further ado, that's a wrap.